Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Paulo Quispalaya, guys, and I'm over here in Menlo Park. I love Saks, man. These things are really comfortable, man. You guys should definitely own one of these, or maybe just come and check it out, man, because it's just an awesome store here, man. But if you guys are clicking on this video, guys, what I want to share with you is what's going to be happening in the next couple of days, and probably by the time you're watching this video, the blog beast is already out, guys, and by the time you're probably seeing this all over your news feed, you're probably seeing it in a lot of social networks, and you guys are probably trying to figure out what exactly is this blog beast. I mean, what is this beast about? What's going on here, right? And I'm here to explain to you this is going to be one of the most powerful, most biggest and most hugest thing that's going to happen online on the internet. And the reason why this is so powerful is because this is going to allow anybody like myself or you who doesn't really understand about the internet, who doesn't really understand how to make money online, and it's going to make it all possible through your mobile device, guys. And this is going to be a phenomenal tool because, I mean, how awesome would it be that as you continue to increase your finances, your responsibilities begin to lower, guys? This is going to be very powerful. But before I do, I just want to continue to keep talking about that so you guys can have a better understanding. I mean, you guys are here for that very reason, right? So if you guys don't know what it is, I want you guys to take a few seconds and I want you guys to click on the link below or click on the link above or wherever you see a banner, and I want you guys to type in your email, all right? Type in your name so you guys can definitely make sure you can profit from this major launch, okay? Now, like many other things, you know, the reason why launches are so important is because, you see, whenever there's a launch, there's an opportunity that, you know, the companies have, you know, and it's usually like a Christmas Day thing for them because whenever there's a launch, a lot of companies like that because of the fact that they're able to make more sales in a week than they would in a year. You know, there's a few launches that came out recently that you guys can probably relate to. I mean, you just had the iPhone 5C and the iPhone 5S come out, and within 3 days, Apple was able to make $8 million. And then the most recent one was the GTA game that just came out, right? And just in a weekend, they were able to make $1 billion, right? Now that's phenomenal and that's great. And you're probably trying to figure out, well, what does this have to do with me? And this has to do with you if you decide to make the decision and participate with thousands of people who are locking arms and ready to participate in this launch. Now, with those companies, it doesn't necessarily affect your bank account, nor can you profit from them because, I mean, it's just the company that's pushing out their product or their service. You see, with the Blog Beast, you have an opportunity to make a percentage. Now, I'm not talking about weenie commissions. I'm not talking about 15, 10. I'm not talking about not even 50%. I'm talking about 100% commission that you can make from this launch, all right? This is going to be big because once again it's giving you the opportunity, somebody who doesn't really understand about the internet, somebody who doesn't even understand about blogging. You see, less than 50 days ago, me and my wife decided to do this, and with no online experience, nothing at all, we were able to capitalize and we were able to generate money online with no experience, guys. So this just goes to show that this can work for anybody and anyone who's looking to expose their business or who's looking to make some extra money online, guys. Now let's think about it for a second, right? Whenever you look anything up online, you're using a search engine, or you may be using Google, you may be using Bing, or whatever the case is, and whenever you type into the search engine, you're looking for specific information. You're targeting specific information that you want to pin, and you're looking for answers to that question that you may be asking, or maybe you're looking up a service or a product, right? How awesome would it be that every time somebody's looking for a service or a product, you show up as the expert? Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't sales be a lot easier? Wouldn't your business be a lot easier? Wouldn't it be more simpler? Well, that's exactly what the Blog Beast is going to allow you to do. You're going to be able to use this powerful tool not only to make tons of money in this short period of time, but it's also going to allow you to expose your business and allow you to really leverage the internet the way you're supposed to be leveraging, rather than not really understanding on how to do it, guys, okay? So I want you to click on the link below or click on the link above, right? Submit your email, all right, and get started. And I'm going to leave you off with these final thoughts. I was reading this book and it's called The Tipping Point, right? And The Tipping Point, it basically explains to you how certain trends go viral, how certain diseases become an epidemic and eventually a pandemic, right? And I want to share this story with you because a lot of people sometimes think that you need a lot of people to set up a trend, or you need a lot of people to start something else, right? Now, I'm going to share with you, this is going to be a disease that a lot of people probably know, right? But this is something just to really emphasize and just to show you a point here, right? Now, in the book, it talks about 3 individuals, right? that were able to spread the HIV virus in their area faster than anybody else has, right? And they were trying to figure out why was this virus spreading so fast and so quickly during the 80s and during the 90s, right? And the stories that I'm going to be showing you are about some individuals that I read about in the book. By the way, the book is a great book. It's I'm not sure if you heard of the author. His name is McWeld, right? Malcolm McWeld, right? He's came out with the Tempe Point. He's came out the David and Goliath. Really great author. You should check him out. But anyways, in the book, he begins to talk about how these three individuals were able to spread the virus significantly, right? A lot of the people were giving a lot of different opinions, and he thought that it was a lot of people in the projects doing it, people in the ghetto who were spreading the virus, right? But let's start off with the first one. The first one was named Big Earl, right? And Big Earl was from the East Coast. I believe he was in Philadelphia, right? And he was a very tall, handsome, about 6 feet tall, right? And he was very charming. And what he used to do is that he was a skater, and he used to skate in the ring. And the way he used to prey on his victims, and they were about 13 to 15 years old, right? And what he used to do, he used to romance them, flirt with them, and then eventually, get them, persuade them to be able to come with them, hang out with them, and then he would get them high on drugs, and then eventually sleep with them. All right, this guy did this probably from 1995 to about 1997, and in those few years, he was able to, I believe he had over 100 sexual partners that he was with, and eventually he ends up dying or whatever the case is, right? But I'm coming here with a point, right? The next person was a guy named by Sly, right? He had different nicknames, and he lived in New York, I believe in Brooklyn. And what he used to do for a living, it's actually kind of crazy, but he used to smuggle in drugs. But he was known to have several partners as well. And the way he used to work is that he would have different partners that, he would just mess around with so many girls, have so many different relationships. And they said that it was even to a point where he would have one woman walk in, and then as he would do something with her, have sexual relationships with her, another one would walk in, right? Anyways, he ends up going to jail because supposedly he infected about 16 people with the virus, right? And then there was another guy, and this guy was a flight attendant, right? And he was traveling everywhere, right? Now, this guy just really did it. This guy was the tipping point, and the reason why, once again, this is the author's opinion, but I think it makes a lot of sense, right? And it was recorded that he slept with over 2,000 women, going back and forth from different countries, transferring the virus to North America and America and all that stuff, right? And eventually it started this big spread on the virus that a lot of people, unfortunately contracted through the virus, right? But it just goes to show that, it just goes to show that you don't need a lot of people. You just need a certain amount of a small group of people who are willing to do something radical, who are willing to do something amazing, who are willing to do something that is out of the norm, out of what everybody else is doing, to really just create the tipping point for this to happen. Now, the reason why I'm explaining this to you is because can you imagine just a small group, but at the same time just enough that is able to promote this launch in such a big and massive way that even if you have no experience, even if you decide to click on the link below and get started now, everything will just begin to trickle.